Wolf hunting. The wolves have you up a tree, I see. Even the bravest warriors know how fearsome wolves can be. Well, frightening to almost everyone, that is. Do you know the story of the girl who lived amongst the wolves? The story of the lost wife? You don't? Well, then I will tell it to you. A Dakota girl married a man who promised to treat her kindly, but he did not. He was cruel and often beat her. So she ran away. Her whole village looked for her, but couldn't find her. The young woman met a man as she fled. She didn't know it, but he was not really a man, but the chief of the wolves. Come with me, he said, and he led her to a large village. The village was filled with wolves. The wolf chief led her to a teepee and asked her what she ate. Buffalo meat, she answered. He called 2 coyotes, and they soon returned with a shoulder of fresh killed buffalo. How do you prepare it? The wolf chief asked. The young woman said she boiled the meat. The wolf chief called the coyotes, and they brought her flint and all she needed for a fire. How do you make the meat ready? The wolf chief asked. The young woman said she sliced it. The coyotes brought her a knife. She lived with the wolves, and they were kind to her. After a year, the wolf chief said to her, Your people are going off on a buffalo hunt. They will be here tomorrow. You must meet them, or they will kill us. The next day, the woman went up to a nearby hill. Men came up riding their horses. She waved her hands so that they saw her. They did not recognize her. We lost a young woman a year ago, they said. If you are her, where have you been? She told them she had been living in the wolves' villages and told the men not to harm the wolves. The men left to report back to the tribe, telling the young woman they would be back the next day. The young woman went back to the wolf village. The next day, she went up a different nearby hill. She saw the warriors coming towards her, followed by the woman and children. The young woman's parents were so happy to see her, but they fainted when they came close. She couldn't stand the smell of humans. When she awoke, she told her father to take the men on a buffalo hunt and to bring the best pieces of meat. And so the men set out. They returned the next day with so much meat that they piled it between the 2 hills. It was so high that it filled up the valley. The young woman planted a pole with a red flag in the middle of the hill. Then loudly she began to howl like a wolf. Suddenly the earth seemed covered with wolves. They descended upon the meat, and in no time had devoured it all. The young woman then joined her own people. Her husband wanted her to live with him again. For a long time she refused until eventually she took him back.